Oh, man.
What up, fools?
What up, fools?
I'm Dan.
This is Marcus, and we've been behind. We've been living life, and yeah, we're just catching up. First thing we were talking about is Whataburger.
Yeah, what would you order at Whataburger?
Okay, so usually if I'm doing like Whataburger or Waffle House, I'm going late.
Yeah, you're late night.
But Whataburger has an interesting thing. They do their breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. So
What?
they run it all night.
What?
I'm not yet. And so that is why that is currently.
How come? What?
Why
don't people
other
talk about that?
I don't know. And it's
Wait, when are they open until?
They're 24/7. They're
All of
24
them?
hours. All of them are. And you can eat inside 24/7.
All Whataburgers are
All
open
Whataburgers are 24/7.
and they serve breakfast.
They serve breakfast
At
from
night?
11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
You're fucking blowing my mind,
Dude, that is why it's currently one
What?
of my favorite post comedy mic show hangs.
Yeah, that might have to take over.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be like when I was on the
Well,
road.
yeah. What's your favorite post mic comedy hangs?
Well, so okay,
We came up in different scenes, but
okay, so you came up in San Diego. I don't even know if they have Waffle House.
no, we would go to Denny's.
Okay.
Denny's was our Waffle
Denny's
House.
is okay.
It's not good.
Denny's has a
Not-
better
it has
has a
nothing
more
on
diverse
Waffle House.
selection of
No,
things.
it's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it was fun there. I found Ray-Bans on the floor one time.
Oh, sick.
But it's not good. It's not. The South has better that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Denny's not as good.
There's some things on the Denny's menu that I like, and that's probably why I'm like
The
I'm
atmosphere of Denny's is lackluster. You know, like a Denny's is like, I don't know what it is, but Waffle House is grittier and more fun.
Waffle House is grittier and is okay with being grittier.
Yeah.
Denny's is
No, it's like
technically
it's inviting you. And
Denny's
it's got that
is
attitude.
Waffle House, but they're pretending like they're not.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
the
much what it is.
suburban housewife of Waffle House.
Yeah,
you know?
Denny's is a stripper that got married and now she's pretending like she's not a former stripper.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, it's just
Yeah,
like-
just the trash rings through in Denny's, but it's not. It took out all the fun of being trashy.
yeah, it's like waking up to breakfast at a trailer
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, it's a trailer. And his eggs aren't bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's one of those. Whereas Denny's is like,
Denny-
oh, we're a double wine.
they're getting by on puns. You know, moon's over my hammy.
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
You know, and a grand slam.
Yeah.
Granted, you know, I'm sure people like that, but it's just I feel like Waffle House all day. Anyway, Whataburger. That's fucking wild. I want to know why people don't talk about that, because people. That's something I feel like is lacking in this area.
I'm not sure how many Whataburgers they have outside of Jacksonville though, in Florida.
Oh, really?
It's a Texas-based
It's
chain.
Texas, yeah.
Texas-based chain, kind of like Buc-ee's. And
Texas has some good stuff.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's a big ass state. You know, like it's the second
You've
biggest
been there?
state.
You have. You did
I've been
shows
there.
there.
I've done shows in Dallas. I've done shows in Austin.
It has a real. Texas has its own feel to it. I felt in my experience. I just visited there.
Yeah.
I went to Austin and San Antonio.
Yeah.
And I really felt like it would kind of how like New York City has its own like energy to it. And you
Yeah.
go in there and you're like, wow, this is like, it feels like its own thing. Los Angeles, same thing. It feels like failed dreams, you know, like a darkness to it.
Yeah.
Texas feels like, you know.
Never been to LA. Never been to California.
You've never been to LA?
Nope.
Oh, no California at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
Furthest west I've been to is Austin.
It's California has pockets of amazing stuff, but
Yeah.
you know, and it's good. There's good and bad, you know.
Yeah. I just don't like the pretentiousness of it.
Right.
There's a lot of California. There's people that lived here for a little bit that are from California, and they're like, and then I would see, like, I got people I have friends that live in LA now. I got friends that live in like other parts of California, and it's like you can't like be preachy and live in LA when
I
they
know.
got Skid Row or whatever, that fucking like blocks and blocks of homeless people.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
like a third world country. Like the infrastructure is really bad. The roads are really bad. Like there's no upkeep. But then you go to like the very very coast of California, and there's like these high end buildings and nice stuff.
Yeah.
and you're like, oh wow, this is incredible. But most of this place is real like trashy and beat up and not well run and everything. But I don't know. What the fuck did you get at Whataburger? I'm still stuck on the fact that it's they got breakfast at night.
No, it's.
I'm excited because I grew up in New York and I came up with diners, like real, like Greek-owned independent diners that would be open 24/7.
I love those.
And so you go there and you'd order real food, like they would serve you real food.
The closest equivalent we get to that here is like every once in a while I do a show like in the middle of nowhere, and there's like an Americana style diner, mom and pop style, and it's open till like midnight or something. And you're like, you finish the show at 10. You're like, oh, we got 2 hours, we gotta hurry up, And you're just like, you just soak it in. It's like, because like Whataburger is still a chain, and it's still a chain of something. So I love mom and pop style stuff. I love the where the pricing is like I don't like when like mom and pop stores try to model themselves after a franchise or something.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, corporate like homeliness or whatever.
Yeah, because that's what makes the mom and pops and enjoyable is because they aren't that.
Yeah, they have character.
Yeah, and then once you try to like model yourself after a soulless corporation. And I'm like, once I see that, I'm like, you got 3 months for your business, and then next thing you know, 6 months later, they're out of business or whatever.
One time Kelly and I went to Portland, and we went to a breakfast pop up, which you know what that is?
No.
So this is like someone who will rent out a restaurant that's not the owner, has nothing to do with the actual restaurant, but they just use their space. And then they like serve food for like a short time, like a meal. So they'll do like a breakfast one on a weekend, and it'll be like they call it a pop up.
I've heard. Okay,
so it'll be like a pizza pop up in a bar or like a So it'll be like.
Okay. I never. No one's ever really broken down the definition of that.
Oh, okay.
I just was like, oh, they got a something pop up, and I was like, most of the times when they have a pop up here, it's a food truck that just pops up in the parking lot.
Right. Yeah. That would be like the most the easiest way to do it. But sometimes they'll actually like people will come in and use the actual.
But a true pop up is like where they like. I don't know. They have a Greek pop up in your living room, and they're like, "Hey, I hear Ziki," whatever.
Yeah, and they serve like, they got their own like Baba Ganoush bullshit or whatever.
Yeah.
But this place, it was a breakfast pop up, and during you reminded me of like the quaintness and stuff. During the meal, they gave you a letter, an envelope, a stamp, and a piece of paper and like a pencil to write a letter to someone and they would mail it for you.
What the fuck?
and Kelly and I were like, what? And we both didn't want to do. We were like, we're not doing that. But we thought it was so funny because it was like, we were just like, it kind of like floored us, Because we were like, wait, what?
But the crazy thing is, I like that though. Like if I was like I had a comic, Will Blaylock, my buddy Will Blaylock. Will.
I love Will.
He told me that when he does shows on the road, he leaves at the last very minute, and he'll get to the venue, do the show, they go to his hotel, and then leave. He doesn't do anything exploring and us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then he would see me post these like collages and videos of me just going to like antique malls in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I wish I could commit myself to do that, And so like,
I feel like there's like with comics, there's those two. You're like one or the other, Like you stay in your room and don't come out.
Yeah.
As long as possible, or you want to go out and explore.
Yeah, and I mean, it also depends.
I would want to explore.
It also depends. I think sometimes it depends on what's going on in your personal life. So the more my personal life is like, I would say nightmarish, but like just not ideal. Like right now I got like where I'm doing like caretaker stuff for my dad. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's very labor intensive and stuff. So then when I go on the road, comedy's not my escape again.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like, oh, business as usual, but now it's like it's my escape again. So when I'm on the road, I like soak in everything about it again. It's kind of refreshing in a weird way. The more that my personal life is going to shit in a weird way, like the more I enjoy this. And so I don't know if he has more peace at home, and so he's just like now comedy's kind of like this like thing that takes him away from that.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know, and then also I don't know how antisocial people are. Like he's the type of person where he has fun around certain people and only certain people. He can't emulate like he can't like reenact that vibe with other people. Like I have the ability to kind of fake it a little bit. It's
yeah,
just,
you're like you're like I completely relate to how you're saying with what Will.
yeah.
How Will is. That's sort of how I am.
Yeah, because I think it's for a lot of times I was that life of the party person.
Yeah.
Like, so sometimes for me, going on the road by myself is cool. I don't have any expectations of myself for other people. I could just go and just go into an antique mall or go to this pop-up restaurant and write a letter and send it, and it's fun, and then I get to go do I don't the expectation isn't for me to be the life of the party or like I don't know. I like that. I actually like anonymity to some degree.
Yeah.
But at the same time I also like being social. I'm like half and half. Whereas I don't like guys like Will, he's stated, sometimes it's like if he doesn't have to be out, he won't. I developed FOMO pretty hard.
Yeah.
Was a fear of missing out or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm getting over it a little bit more. Because it's just like I don't know, man. I just sometimes I'm getting older too. It's like I can't go all night all the time.
Yeah, it's definitely hard. You feel the different people have different energy levels or like different like a battery. I would describe it like some people have a bigger battery than others.
Yeah,
and I think that has to do with like how healthy you eat or how hydrated you stay or like if you exercise.
Yeah,
but also it's got to be somewhat genetic. So I don't know, but yeah, that's definitely something to it.
Yeah, because I a lot of people I know, yourself included, myself included, I would say are
fat.
Yeah, dude. When the fat cells just want to lay down in your body, and it tries to take over the other cells. Like, some of your quick twitch muscles are like, I want to run, and your fat cells.
It's
like,
hard to have a good home life, and be fat and. When you could just eat and watch TV, it's hard.
Oh yeah,
it's a hard lull, but it's painful. There's pain all around. There's pain in everything,
It's wild being fat and then hanging out with people that are active.
Oh yeah, I know.
It's such a because you're like in my instance, like the way I'm built, parts of me. Some people think I'm fairly athletic, and I was like, that was
you
years
have
ago.
that like natural. You have like that. I describe you as a Viking all the time, but you have that inner Viking strength where it's like your frame is strong, like you're built on a strong frame.
I'm built on strong, sturdy
Magnus
framework.
for Magnuson.
Oh yeah, Magnus for Magnuson. Yeah, so I've been.
Those are the best strongman
companies. Another thing that I've been doing when I do break free from essentially being a caretaker, me and my mom. Is I've been going on a shitload of dates.
Oh, good.
I've been going on a lot of and they're not even
what's dating like nowadays, and what's okay.
Well,
wait,
they're not even.
Is this for online dating or is this people you meet at Voosbar or
these are it's there's no online dating. I don't do that.
Okay,
I don't do that. I don't do well on that.
Yeah,
I don't do. I've had bits about it, but it's just true. Like what I am comprised of physically. It's not something that you're like, yes, out of a crowd, that's the guy. That's not how it is for me.
You're so much more than just a picture of what you present. So basically the best way to describe it is you're hungry, and you see this restaurant's got all the neon lights, and this one's got all this,
and then you just happen to walk into this restaurant. You're like, oh, this isn't so bad. That's me.
Yeah.
That's it. It isn't so bad. Now you're not gonna invest in it. You know, that's also me. You're gonna have a good meal. You're like, that meal was better than I expected.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go back.
Tried really hard.
Yeah. I tried really hard. It was better than I expected, but I'm gonna go back to the neon lights over there. But like I just don't. That's why I meet a lot of the people I've been on like. And when I say dates, they're not. There's no implication to do anything romantic about it.
What's a date for you? You go out for like drinks or coffee? Or?
Go for drinks. Go for coffee. I've gone on a bunch of like everything about them is at first platonic, and then some of them work their way into something else.
Yeah.
But like go to bars, or we go to a bar that has character, that has like games, something fun, something interactive we could do where we can have small talk and have something that also engages us outside of trying to get to know each other.
Okay. So, best date, worst date that you've had recently? Kelly and I have gone on. We went on a date recently too. But tell me your best date and worst date. Let's start with
worst date. I'll do the worst date.
Yeah.
Cause I'll tell you about a day that I had that was pretty cool. Because I technically went on a date with 2 women on the same day.
Oh.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I did that at a party when I was younger in high school.
So and like I said, I say date and I use quotations even though you guys can't see the quotations. It's because it's just hangouts, but for the most part it's just me and that woman I joke, I'm like, if I talk to a woman for more than 30 minutes, it's a date. Like,
I know you mentioned that.
Yeah, but I mean honestly, at this point I've been on a bunch of them. So.
I
think worst date was...
You're like waiting for a really popular restaurant and just talking to someone standing near you.
Yeah, at an opening of something.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for this Best Buy to open up on Black Friday.
And you're like
$29.30. All right.
And you're like, check it off. Date.
I think probably one of the worst dates recently was like just went to a bar and she was already drunk. Like, I met her at a bar, and she was already tipsy.
Yeah.
And then she was buying me drinks, and I really wasn't in the mood to drink. You ever been that where like you're...
Oh, yeah.
You're so it's like social drinking, but they buy you something, and then you ask for something, and they, like, give you grief about what you asked for. And they're like, well, get something harder. I'm like...
that's annoying. Yeah, that's usually a young thing, you know.
And the sad thing is, she wasn't young. She was
that's
older than I was.
Worse, yeah. It's also sort of like built into Southern culture a bit. I don't know if you find that. I mean, you're more Southern than me.
Yeah,
but I find that they like punch you in the arm, like, drink, pussy.
Oh yeah.
That like very like frat boy.
Yeah,
like,
one of the boys,
you
girls
need to drink. Like,
yeah.
Everyone needs to keep drinking, you know?
Yeah.
That's a lot of that. And you're like, what you're like, why though? What?
Yeah, so and then I got a little tipsy and she was already like gone. Music's playing, we're dancing, so it's fun. I think we ended up kissing or making out or whatever. I can't remember. But then it's just like, then she got just too drunk and I didn't want to get there because I was driving.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, let's go Uber to another. We went to another bar, and then, she's sloshed, and then she's also getting aggressive to the point where like someone like bumped into her by accident. It's just a crowded bar. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
And it's like, what are you trying to get going? You trying to roll? I'm like, God damn it, no, I don't want to. Because she's gonna get me involved in some shit that I didn't want to be in.
Yeah.
So I was like, So I was like, let's Uber back to your place, and basically I just wanted to get her home.
Right.
I just wanted to get her home, and I didn't want to drive her because at that point I didn't trust she was not gonna vomit in my car, and I knew nothing was gonna happen. And honestly, at that point, she was that hammered to where I don't know if I would have felt good about her being that hammered.
Yeah, and that's not good.
It's just a weird thing. So yeah, got her back home, and then like she at home she's drinking, and then she ended up passing out on the couch, on her couch, and I just left
while you were hanging out there.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And I just left, So that was like one of the worst dates. Now I've actually hung out with that woman like a couple other times. It was more fun.
Yeah.
But that was fucking awful.
Maybe she was just tying one on that night.
I guess so, man. It was something. I don't know what type of steam she was trying to burn off, but it wasn't as fun. Now me and her have had a hangout where we both got hammered.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We ended up at Whataburger, ironically.
Nice.
Went up at Whataburger. I don't remember what I ordered. I don't remember what she ordered. We don't remember a lot of things about that night. Yeah.
You just made.
Yeah, it was.
That's the best time though.
Yeah, but that other hangout was that other date or whatever you want to call it. Like that sucked. It was. Now probably one of my favorite dates was like a double. I'd say double date, but it was like I hung out with one person earlier today, and then I hung out with another one later in the day.
Yeah.
And once again, at this involves Whataburger. Whataburger. This should be a fucking sponsored by Whataburger at this point.
Yeah, that's the title of the episode.
Whataburger, dude. Yeah, so I've been hanging out. It's like it's I don't know how to describe it. I've been hanging out with a little woman. She has a kid. She's really cool. And it's one of those things where there's an attraction. Like I'm attracted to her, but she's attracted to me. My personality. Like she's told me that I'm like she likes taller guys. I'm a little short for her taste or whatever. You know.
I'm just
what? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say nothing. Go.
No, what are you gonna say?
I couldn't. It was framed.
She likes huge cocks, and I got a small one.
There you go.
No.
You said I like her, and then you said she likes guys who are taller, and when you said I like her, in my mind I said, I said, are you going to talk to her mom about that? Which is the wrong thing to say. You know, it's a terrible joke. But then you said she likes guys who are taller, and it worked with my joke in my head. And I was like, oh, God. But I was like, I can't make that joke. But I did.
Yeah.
You know, it's terrible. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, so after I asked her mom's permission to hang out with her.
Field trip.
Permission. You know, it's funny. I had a high school relationship like that where I swear I think the mom liked me more than the daughter did, dude.
Isn't hot moms in high school is an interesting thing. There was a kid in my high school who had parties every once in a while, and his mom was like notoriously hot.
Oh, she was like Stifler's mom.
Yeah, and she would like flirt with. People. Yeah.
There's a couple moms. If I knew what I could do sexually, I would have hit on their moms.
Isn't it amazing if you were like a little bit? I was never much of a scumbag, but I was like, if I was a little bit more of a scumbag, you know, you could really do some damage.
Yeah,
back in the day. But I think that's like an older thing. You know, the older you get older and experienced and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So I hung out with this woman. We went to a park, like a Hannah Park or whatever, one of the parks.
Yeah.
And it was cool. It was just like I played disc golf for the first time, you know. And just
disc golf was fun.
Yeah, and anytime I went to Hannah Park, it was always to go to the beaches. I never went to the other side, like with the lakes and stuff. And it was really cool. It was like, so like the best way to describe this woman is like if situations were ideal in my life and her life, like this would be someone I could probably see myself like settling down with.
Nice.
That type. Yeah, she's really cool. She has a kid. It's cool. She's also she's a cook.
Yeah,
and I'm saying a lot about her. If she hears it, she'd be, I don't know.
You're like, her address.
Yeah, her address is yeah. No, so we hung out there, and then like her kid really takes to me, and so like he's like, Mom, can you come for dinner? Like, you know, invited me over.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and so I was hanging out with the kid. You know, he has like the little like laser tag guns and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like I get to be like a little kid again sometimes when I'm hanging out with the son. And I was doing that.
Are sweet.
And then she made me food. She made me. I'm trying to remember because I've hung out with her a couple times now. I've helped her move.
You said she's
stuff.
a chef.
She's a private chef.
Wow,
She's
that's
bad. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I'll show you her stuff when we're done with this. But yeah. So I hung out with her. She made me food, and then, it was getting a little later, and so she wanted to make sure her son was in bed, and then she has like me time, like just reading or whatever she does after she puts.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna invite myself for anything else, and I was like, yeah, have a good night, and I left, and then I saw this other girl was posting about like her being at Kona skate park.
Oh yeah,
Kona skate park, and she invited friends, and I
famous
guess
skate park.
they ditched her. But I live near Kona.
Oh, okay.
I live near Kona. I'm like, I'm already going home, so like, fuck it. So I text her and I'm like, hey, are you still there? And she's like, yeah. So like, I'm on my way. She's like, really? She got excited, and so I get there and they had bands playing. So I get there and I paid the ticket fee. It was like $10 or something like that. And I walk in and immediately regret it because I am the oldest fucking dude there by a long shot. I looked like I was scouting for young puss, dude. It was not a fun feeling. I was like, oh, I feel like
To Catch a Predator.
oh God, it was awful.
Why don't you have a seat?
Jesus Christ. I was looking for like I looked like I was chaperoning or like about to pick up a kid, but there was no kid there to pick up. You know what I mean? I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
And so I see her, and she gets excited. Now, she's a little bit younger than me, but she's older than everyone else there, too. So we bonded over the fact that we look creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
and so we're hanging out and then, like, talking, and she's really cute. She's a really cute girl. And I was like, I was just going to hang out just whenever. I didn't think it was going to continue to like, 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we were done there. And like, are we done here? Because I don't want to be around here. I feel like I'm like waiting for one kid whose parents didn't pick him up and be like, hey kid, And so she's like, I'm like, are you hungry? And in my mind, I was hoping she said Whataburger because I was like, I was craving it, But I was like, you want to grab something? I don't know what's open at this time. Like, you want to go Waffle House? You want to go to Denny's? You want to go to Whataburger? She's like, ooh, Whataburger. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And so we just ended up at Whataburger till like 1:30 in the morning or something like that. That's awesome. Every time I go to Whataburger late, there's one on Atlantic Beach near on Atlantic Boulevard.
Yeah.
And that's near Voussoir. So we on Tuesday nights a lot of times we'll go there and then end up there. Now there's a new Whataburger on Atlantic Boulevard.
What time are you usually getting to Whataburger?
We're getting there. 11:30 is early, if that makes So like I didn't even know they didn't serve breakfast all day because the only times I ever went there they had breakfast going.
Oh,
because like I said, it's 11 p.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So like most of the times we're at Whataburger like post Voussoir, we're there to 4:30 sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so like getting there just at 11 o'clock and leaving at 1:30 was weird, like a weird feeling. I'm like, I feel like I should go back in there and hang out for a couple more hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, I mean, those are. I mean, I've had a couple other hangouts. Hung out at Pete's Bar.
I got Kelly an old T-shirt off eBay from Pete's Bar.
Oh, really?
And it's like a blue tie-dye shirt.
Yeah.
And it's got an old lady holding a martini and says Pete's Bar, like whatever, and opened 1933 to 19.
Yeah, I didn't realize they've been around that long, dude.
1998. It's from the 90s.
Oh shit. Yeah, I didn't realize they were open around that long.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean there was that one date where
almost 100 years.
Fuck, dude, that's insane. Yeah, but those are like the two better ones this year. I mean, there was one where I hung out at one of the bars and got laid. I mean, that's pretty cool. But
that's nice.
But I mean, I don't know. I never like I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm like I'm not a like horn dog. I'm not like a pussy hound. Like as much as I want to I present myself being that. It's like I like simple, hanging out, talking, like getting to know people, type of thing. Yeah. Also, disc golf was way more fun than I thought it was.
Oh, disc golf is awesome.
You played it? You ever played it?
Yeah, there was a disc golf course through my campus in college.
Uh-huh.
It was big in North Carolina.
Oh,
disc
okay.
Golf. And then I played many times. Yeah, a lot.
See, I used to disassociate from playing disc golf because like the dude bros that used to play it were so douchey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the ones I used to.
I was
know.
like, it was almost like a hippie sport in North Carolina.
No, the one here in Jacksonville, at least, the guys, at least the people I knew that played it were just the fucking worst. They were just
that's so funny.
almost like 80s movie
like
villain
visor,
yuppies.
visor
Yeah.
wearing oh god,
Yeah,
that's so different than North Carolina was like. It would be like the same crowd of people who would be at like a jam festival.
oh, okay. See, I can vibe with that.
Like,
I can't do it like fucking.
It was very like because it's like outdoorsy and you're throwing a frisbee, so at the end of the day it's like not very serious, and so it like lends itself to that sort of personality. So I always enjoyed it because it was like the concept of golf, but you don't have to hit such a small ball. It's not as hard, and then you could just sort of. But I mean, even throwing a frisbee trying to be accurate is difficult. But they sell like different size discs and shit. Actually, one of my coworkers in North Carolina was like a competitive disc golf player.
Oh shit!
And he was like sponsored by some shit, and he had like a little bag, a little tote bag with the different discs in it and shit. And
they had this woman had her disc golf bag. You could open it and place it down, and then you could practice in the bag.
Oh really?
Yeah, the opening was so big.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Yeah, that's fun.
Did you do well?
I did better than I expected, but also I used to throw discus in high school.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean, it's a different throwing style. Also, discus is way heavier.
Oh yeah.
It's like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
4 pounds, and you're but the key
Destroying
was
your
the
rotator
key.
cuff.
Oh yeah, it's fucked. Between that and shot put, it's fucked.
I shot put. God.
Yeah,
I remember throwing shot put, and then like you would like tweak your arm or shoulder or whatever. You'd get that pain, like that crunchy kind of like.
We were both throwing it wrong. That's why.
Electric. Yeah.
If you throw it
we don't know
properly,
what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, dude, I. Also, it was also the way I'm built is it didn't lend itself to throwing it properly.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, dude. But but the thing about disc is, so even though it's a heavier disc, the key is trying to be accurate.
Yeah.
Like, so you got zones. It's wide, but you want to get it in the middle as much as possible because the way you throw and the arc and all this bullshit. And so I was remembering all that. And so my goal was like trying to encompass all that, but with a different throwing style.
Yeah.
I was actually going to try to throw it like a discus.
Mm.
But it's, I don't know. I didn't want to launch it. We were playing in the woods.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to fuck around and launch it in the woods. I'm not a big fan of like rustling through brush.
Yeah, because there's critters.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man.
Country critters. Yeah.
Oh shit.
That is funny. Yeah, I haven't been. So I've been to Whataburger once, and it was in El Paso, Texas, driving cross country.
What'd you get?
I got a burger and fries and a drink, and I remember liking it, but I can't remember what it tasted like or anything.
Yeah, I
felt like it was comparable to In-N-Out Burger.
Okay.
In-N-Out Burger I've had a lot, but and I remember what that tastes like. Whataburger, I remember it being good, like good quality.
Yeah.
Seemed like for fast food.
Yeah, so one of my favorite things, they have a thing called B.O.B., breakfast on a bun.
Oh, nice.
So it's basically just like it's like a hamburger bun. Like whereas most places would have this particular sandwich on a biscuit.
Yeah.
It's just whatever it would be. So for me, it's like a sausage, egg, and cheese, but on a hamburger bun.
Oh, okay.
And then I get that. And then they got like burritos and they got some other stuff. And then I recently anytime I've ever been to Whataburger, it's always been late. So I've never gotten anything off their lunch or dinner menus.
Oh, really?
I've only gotten breakfast.
Oh.
Well, no, that's not true. I got like chicken tenders one time because I went there at like 8:00. I got it was like a chicken tender sandwich, like honey barbecue chicken tenders.
Is their chicken good?
The chicken's pretty good. I had a grilled chicken sandwich there recently, and it was yummy. It was thick too, like fairly thick. Yeah, because sometimes you get like these like patties, and it's like, what the fuck is this? It's so thin.
There's a particular quality of chicken in fast food, which is like it's how McDonald's is, or like a Burger King, or a lot of them, and it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost rubbery, and it's sort of like, it seems like chicken, but sort of fake.
Oh, like a fritter, like that fritter, like patties. Are you talking about that?
Well, that's like a chicken nugget, but I mean, like, even when they say it's like a chicken breast, and
Yeah.
it's like rubbery kind of McDonald's chicken. You ever get like
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's just like low quality chicken, it seems like.
Yeah, it doesn't even
As opposed to like a PDQ or like a Chick-fil-A, it's like you eat that and you're like, this seems like real chicken.
Whereas the other one seems like chicken fiber.
Yeah, like a chicken impersonator.
Yeah,
Like Catskills chicken.
yeah. It's like those '80s movies where like or like Big Daddy, the movie Big Daddy, where
Yeah.
he pretended to be the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that chicken patty's like. It's like pretending to be Daryl. You know.
Yeah. It's it's just, I don't know. That's why, and burgers are usually a safe bet. I feel like I would get a burger if I went to Whataburger.
Yeah. No, do it. I don't think
They just opened one over here near the Comedy Zone.
Oh, right across the street.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should check it out, man.
I
It's
haven't been, but
it's good. But go. I don't know how you're not like a night owl. You're not a real late guy, are you?
no, I used to be when I was younger. I used to love like watching movies late, and then when I did stand up, I would always be out until like usually like 1. It wouldn't be like 4.
Yeah.
But I would be out till like midnight or 1 every night.
Yeah.
And I did that, and I worked a job where I would get up at 5 in the morning, 5:30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it was like very little sleep for a really long period of time.
Yeah.
Burning the candle at both ends is you've said it, you know.
I've done that a bunch, man.
And yeah, I felt like I got burned out, and now I'm in like a weird rhythm where I'm like I get tired early and I go to sleep early, and then I wake up early.
Yeah.
And it's like I miss the night. I would, if I could pick my hours, I would love to just be able to stay up real late and be functioning, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't do that at I can't do that and function like a normal day.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah. I mean, also you just get older, and it just changes something in your body, your makeup. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Because I mean, I've been a night owl, early bird for a while. I got back into that. Like that's the thing that kind of sucks with the whole thing with my dad. It's like, you know, I'm out late doing mics or sometimes shows. I'll come back in town, and then like he's up and he needs help doing this because his arms are barely functional. You know, like he can't do a lot of shit for himself. So it's weird. It's a weird thing. It's a weird transition in life. You know.
Yeah, I know. Parents aging is a really difficult thing.
Yeah. And it like for some reason it just feels even more I guess holiday season. I don't know how you feel about the holidays. Are you a big holiday guy?
No, I'm sort of like I'm sort of like a Grinch.
Okay.
Like I really don't, not that I don't enjoy, I like getting
You're a mean one, Mr. Venti.
I like getting gifts for people.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
And I would do that anytime greatly. I'd hate Christmas music.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's so few songs. There's like 10 songs.
Yeah,
and you just hear the same ones over and over for like a month.
Endless covers of the same fucking song.
Yeah, and so the Christmas music drives me nuts. And then like this right behind me is a Christmas tree I'm pointing to. And I think like looking at this I think it looks nice, you know?
Yeah.
But like I would never do that on my own. Like my wife did that, and I encouraged her.
Yeah.
And she did all this stuff, all this decorated like all this stuff. I would never do that on my, like I have pictures of my old apartment. We had a Festivus pole we used to put up.
Okay.
A Seinfeld Festivus pole.
Yeah.
And it was just a 6-foot aluminum pole. And I am against as much as I like giving gifts, I don't like the materialism of Christmas. Like the amount of money spent is insane.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of money that you spend to try to like convey that you love, you like all your family and stuff. You're like buying gifts for everyone, and you're like, I care about you.
Yeah.
But you're in doing so, like you're stressing yourself out financially, and so so
Yeah.
all that I don't like.
Yeah, I within the past couple of years, especially leaning real hard into primary income being like creative performing art type stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have the same disposable income that I used to have. So anybody that is in my range of like getting a gift for, they either need to know or already know that you're getting something that's probably from a thrift store. Or I got really cheap, or that type of thing.
Yeah.
I pretty much established that with my family. I'm like, if I get you something nice, I just know that I found a coupon for it. There was a special, there was a promo code, or I just I really scored big at a thrift store. And honestly, with like with my niece and nephews, my niece and nephews are, for lack of a better term, spoiled. I mean, they're not lacking for anything.
Yeah, most kids.
But I have a reputation with them where they know that I'm away a lot. I'm not. They don't get to see me as often as they would probably like.
Right.
So when they see me, the time is special. And then if I bring them something, if I get them something, they hold more emotional weight to that. So even if it's like something like their parents got them a game system, well, Uncle Marcus showed up with socks of their favorite character of their game, and even though my gift was way cheaper, they're like, "Oh fuck,"
they love
Uncle
it.
Marcus got it.
Yeah.
He's here. He's not here all the time.
Yeah, they think you're cool.
Yeah, so it's
The last nieces and nephews. I think they're the last people on Earth that think you're cool.
Yeah.
Because like as you get older, you're like I haven't been cool ever, but like especially in a long time.
Yeah. Especially like a social circle type situation.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And then nieces and nephews are like, "You're so cool.
You fucking rule.
You're so cool," and you're like, "Yeah, nah."
Thank you for giving me this shirt with a mustard stain already on it, dude.
I love getting. I just got my nephews, Nerf guns, and then a video game that's supposed to be like way too hard for kids. I got the Mario Wonder when I went out to San Diego a little while, in November, and I got the Mario Wonder as a surprise, and so I was out of ideas for Christmas. And I found this game. It's called Cuphead.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
And it's like looks like old cartoons, from like the which I love. I was like this animation style is awesome. I was just like watching videos of it, and I was like, this is like fucking so cool.
Yeah.
And all the reviews are like, this game is so hard, it's impossible. And I was like, fuck it, I was like, they could just have it and experience it and see what.
Yeah.
What it's going to be frustrating.
They're not going to be able to beat it, but yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's like I said, my niece and nephews, they're not. They just got a puppy. They just got a puppy.
Oh, really?
And the puppy's chill as fuck. That puppy.
Oh, that's cool. What kind?
Oh man, I don't even know. It's I wanted to say like a little baby lab.
Oh, okay.
And it's
puppy dogs. Dogs are great.
It was I think they got it from a pound. They got it for the pound, and it's chill. It's so chill.
That's great.
And they need that because those kids can be a lot. They could get rowdy.
Yeah.
And I was there, and they were like on. Huh?
Something for them to focus on.
Well, they need something for them to focus on, but they also need a type of dog that doesn't play into their energy.
Yeah, that's
because if they had a dog, if they had like a rowdy pit bull, that dog would end up tearing the house up. But this dog is like they needed a pet that could handle that type of noise and not be affected emotionally. And this dog just chill. This dog's like,
that's awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah, I got to cuddle with it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, dogs are good.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right about that. Like when I lived Like when I lived alone, I had a small tree, but I didn't like do my whole. I'm just like, who's coming over? Like you know.
Yeah.
Um, but I like being festive. Like I said, the Christmas music. I kind of like it, depending on the mood for me. But you're right. They get the same 12 songs.
Some some adults are like really really into Christmas, you know, like
Yeah.
really into it, and
And then
I
you're
find
like,
that to be like a little creepy. But I know so many people who really do love it, and they like what they do with that feeling of like loving Christmas is all positive stuff, like decorating and giving gifts and like spending time with family. It's all positive stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it bugs me.
no. Here, the one thing I've observed is people that are really into Christmas or the holidays or decorating for the holidays, whether it be Halloween, Thanksgiving, any of that stuff, is there's an emotional attachment to it.
Yeah.
There's an emotional attachment to it. Like lately, I've been seeing people who get really into decorating is because their holiday that they remember their grandma or whatever. The holiday that when they think of their grandma, they think of Christmas. And so
yeah.
when they decorate, it's in some way like she's here, like preserving the spirit type
right,
of thing.
Yeah,
I've noticed,
that makes sense.
you know. And so when you're like a single dude by yourself, you know,
Yeah, you're
like
not preserving any.
yeah. I mean, also guys just generally aren't that emotionally attached to items or like I don't know, like for example, if a guy is emotional about somebody, it's usually like they have memories, and then they'll preserve a memory, but they won't like hold on to something, you know. Like I don't know what it is. Like women would be like, "That's my mom's jug. My mom drank out of that." It's like, I mean, okay, like if my parents pass away, I'm not gonna hold on to everything that they touched.
Yeah.
And with like an emotional attachment to it, I'll keep like a couple things, and then that's it. Everything else can get sold.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? Whereas I notice a lot of times women are like, a couple of ladies I've hung out with that like had like their mom died. They have almost like a whole room. It's like, oh, that was her blanket. And I was just like, so you're gonna keep all this stuff that you're not gonna use because it's gonna just take up space because you can't go to a therapist once to address your mom's death. You know, like.
I know. Yeah, the attachment to material stuff is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
It feels so good to get rid of things. It's cathartic, you know, like
Yeah.
just to get rid of.
Well,
I would love to like really strip down possessions. I have a lot of stuff that I want to sell.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I guess eBay. What
That's
do you do?
that's so
India?
funny. That's so funny. We were talking about this. I had this conversation today with the chef. So she is divorced.
Yeah.
And it's fairly recent. Like the finalization is fairly recent. And I mean, he's still in the picture to some degree because that's the baby dad, you know. But there's like furniture and stuff from that marriage, and she was like, every time I see it, my energy shifted to not fun, not happy. It was just like I just think about the marriage dissolving and all this stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, all the bad.
And then she just recently sold a couple of those pieces on like Marketplace.
Yeah.
And she was like, what it did when I got rid of that piece. Oh, buddy.
Oh, fella, come on.
He's like, I want to hear that story, but I also I want to lick the salt off your lip. But she was like, when she sold those pieces, it was like this like weird energy shift.
Oh yeah,
like
I'm
lifted,
sure.
like a burden. You know, it's like interesting.
I believe it. Yeah, it's there's that lady. She's like a Japanese lady.
Oh,
that
Marie
teaches,
Kondo.
I don't know. I guess
Where
she teaches minimalism.
Yeah. If it brings you joy, keep it. If it doesn't, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think her name was Marie Kondo.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like it makes you want to like. I have so many things that I would gladly get rid of, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it's a matter of like figuring out a good way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right now I've got too much stuff, and it's like I gotta get because like during lockdown, I was doing reselling.
Yeah.
So I would like buy a bunch of shit that I didn't need to potentially resell, but now I don't have the time for it. because that's a whole effort. Like you have to like post picture, you have to like do photo shoots for your items basically.
Yeah.
And then post it, and then even then now I found out like on eBay and some of those sites, it plays in the same rules structure as like social media. Like you have to post at certain times so people get more people see it.
Oh wow.
There's an algorithm for that shit.
Oh jeez.
I was like, come on, man.
The goddamn algorithms.
I hate that fucking algorithm shit, dude.
Whataburger used an algorithm and figured out that staying open and serving breakfast all night is a good idea.
Yeah, that's how you lure a bunch of sad comedians.
Do they have onion rings there?
I think so. Yeah.
God, they seem like they should.
Yeah, I think they do.
I
don't normally order them. Like I said, I usually get breakfast.
Yeah.
So
there was a good breakfast place, an all night place in North Carolina where I went to college called Biscuitville.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That just sounds good.
They would open at like I want to say 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And they had a little old lady in a window, like a display case, making biscuits by hand.
It's like a real woman.
A real old little Southern woman. And so you'd go into this place, Biscuitville, and there would just be like a lady in a window making biscuits by hand. Like,
oh shit.
And they would open really early, and so what we would do is drink all night and then go at like 5 a.m. and get breakfast and then come home and pass out. Those were like good. That's like a good night, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You could pull that.
Oh,
and man, those late night like drunk breakfast food is amazing.
Yeah.
It hits just right. Biscuits. A biscuit absorbs some drunk, you know? It's nice.
Damn, now I want a biscuit, dude.
Yeah. Fellow wants a biscuit. Sad.
Oh, she gonna get those little cat biscuits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Man, that's good. Well, anything else?
Are you a resolution guy? Are you a New Year's Eve?
I'll usually try to make resolutions, but it's always the same general.
What is that? Like what is
bullshit? Like eat
better.
Yeah, eat healthier and exercise and
yeah.
There's always like comedy stuff, like do stand up more.
Yeah,
you know, it's always stuff like that, and I find that it's very much like wherever you go, there you are. You know? But all that stuff, like I'm trying to do more stuff that makes me more stuff for myself in a way, because I take care of a lot of stuff like for my personal at my house and dogs and stuff, and so between like work and then everything else, I always end up putting
you on the back burner.
Right.
Yeah.
So like to my energy and stuff to do things that I actually want to do, like stand up.
Yeah.
You know, it gets like all the way down. That's what happened Tuesday. I was like really excited. I wanted to go to Voussoir.
Yeah, yeah.
I was all excited to do it, and I did like a million things Tuesday. I was really busy.
Yeah.
And by the time I was done, and I was like, all right, it's like 6 whatever, and I was like, I just have to wait like 2 hours and then I'll go there.
Yeah.
I was just like, God damn it. And I started doing stuff, and I was like, oh fuck. And then Thursday I tried to go, and there was like some kind of fucking pocket of crazy rain.
Yeah, the weather's been crazy. It's gonna get crazy tomorrow too, apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing some stuff. I'm like, fuck.
You got shows?
No. I'm hanging out with, I wouldn't say dates, but like I'm hanging out with 2 different people.
Is it more than 30 minutes?
Yeah, it's more than 30 minutes, so it's a date. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, 2 dates. Yeah. But yeah.
They should do dates. I think they do this in like Europe, but they should do dates where you spend like 3 days together, you know?
Yeah.
Like that would be interesting. That would be an interesting way to get to know someone.
Well, see, I think that's where I think I made mention about the one woman being like, I can see myself, because I've hung out with her in, the circumstances are different than the other hangouts, and it felt more domestic.
Yeah,
you know, like when you're moving furniture or putting together furniture and things like that,
and it I feel like, you know, it should feel easy. I think is like a good sign, like when you're together.
Yeah.
If you could be together comfortably and easy, and you feel like communication, and then like you just feel you could be yourself and like relaxed and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of all that stuff. I feel like a lot of relationships or a lot of like dates, especially, you go out and it's sort of weird because it's like if your personalities don't mesh well,
Yeah.
you definitely like vibe with some people and some people you don't. You know? I don't know how all that works.
No, all that applies to this particular one. There's, but my
That's
thing
always
is
a
like,
good sign though if it's easy. I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I don't. A lot of times I don't feel like I have to be like somebody else. Like I don't have to put my best foot forward.
Yeah,
When I hang out, like some of the other ones was like, oh, I gotta wear this shirt and I gotta do this and I gotta like, when this one feels like if I do it out of like respect. Like, all right, we're hanging out. All right, I'll dress nicely. That's
Yeah,
happening.
yeah.
But I don't have to feel like, yeah. But like I said, it's just when you're dealing with people, especially after a certain age, after like 35,
Right.
it's just you can't. It's not the same as dating in your 20s.
Yeah, you almost want like more of a like you said, domestic kind of thing, like a more chill, because you want like you essentially like if you have like a long-term serious relationship, it's a lot of like doing like life stuff, like
Yeah.
handling day-to-day stuff, and it's a lot of like what do you want to eat for dinner and what do you want to watch on TV.
Yeah.
You know?
Now with this, if I did like we did work out and stuff, like I don't know if I'd be making meals. It's like
You guys just gotta go to the grocery store and pick the shit up.
yeah, yeah. It's yeah. It definitely also like this always happens for me when I'm in like, even if it's like a friendship, but like women tend to like open my horizons with food, because I'm like sometimes very like I found this, I think it might be an autistic trait where you're like very particular, like how I told you about how I don't like sauces on my burgers.
Yeah, I remember that.
So there's a few
So
times.
you think you got a bit of the tism?
Yeah, I'm very certain that that's the case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a stand-up comic. 90% of us are on the spectrum, dude.
I wonder if I am.
I mean, but also it's because it's a spectrum. There's so many things that are.
That's what makes me. That's what makes me. Skeptical. It is. They say it's a spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
which means it could be like any degree of it.
Yeah.
So sometimes they'll be like, if you're autistic, you get like you don't like sauce on your burger.
Yeah.
You might just not like sauce on your burger.
Oh yeah. No, there's a lot of other things that are like, one of the things that's big in like autistic community is stimming. It's
What is that?
It's like, this is why they say ADHD is within the parameters of autism. It's where you can't.
I definitely think I have that.
This right here, the knee thing. This.
Oh,
This.
I like to
if
do
you ever
that.
see me in a social situation and I don't know what to do, I just start dancing. It's
Oh, yeah.
called stimming, and I do it all the time.
Oh, it's like the need to move.
Well, it's like when you're you can't just chill. You can't just be relaxed. You gotta like move. You gotta tap your knee. Click
I have
your pin.
that. I have that in the morning. So when I wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
it happens on the weekends a lot. Kelly will try to sleep in, and if I wake up and I'm just awake and I'm trying to go back to sleep, but I'm not quite tired.
Yeah.
I cannot stay still. Like my body, and it's almost like how you have to tap your knee. But hey, I feel like I have to like move my legs and my body like almost constantly.
Yeah.
And it gets like it almost builds like a discomfort, and it feels. I don't know. It's weird, but what you're describing kind of seems like what you're saying.
It's like I did this last night at the thing, and basically I had music playing.
Yeah.
Everyone else was chilling, talking, and stuff, and I could just sit down. But no, I just felt that I got to get up and dance and move around, and apparently that's like the parameters of stimming. The most common ones is the knee shaking thing.
Yeah.
The most common was that. I'm dude, fucking, god damn it, Yeah.
That's interesting. So how do you get
Diagnosed?
Yeah, like if you think you have ADD or one of those things, do you just tell your doctor and then they check you out, or how does that work?
Yeah, there's I don't have healthcare, so I wouldn't know. I have to go online and like MedMD.
Can't you just go to a place and just say I don't have healthcare and they just take care of you anyway?
Yeah, but I'm reserving that for like something more serious.
Yeah,
and not like, hey, I can't stay still. And they were like,
I want to get I want to get checked out.
Yeah. You want to get diagnosed? Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
There's a I think Dave Stone was one of the comics. He goes, you can't have diabetes if no one's there to diagnose you.
It's true. It feels like that, doesn't it? Like a lot of healthcare feels like they're just guessing, or it's a lot of just like.
Oh yeah, that's the frustrating thing I'm experiencing with my dad. Is like they keep wanting to put him on pills.
Yeah,
and I'm like, there's some like I've done some like muscle work with my pops, and I saw like I wouldn't say a drastic, but I saw a noticeable difference in his functionality. And no, they keep wanting to put him on pills or Botox or whatever, some weird things. And I'm like, it just sounds like the doctor has an agreement with a pill company or something.
Yeah,
hate that shit. So.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be like those conspiracy dudes. I don't trust the doctors. Yeah. I don't have a medical degree.
I know.
That was big during lockdown or with the COVID. I don't trust the CDC.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Yes, there's some like now looking back, especially now, I'm like, ooh, there was some in bed.
Oh yeah,
with the
pharmaceutical companies.
Yeah, with the pharmaceutical companies. But then I also didn't like the. I don't know, the out of nowhere Proud Boy redneck guys that were like, man, I don't trust the jab.
I know it sucks that the group that took up that charge,
Yeah.
Because if you look at Pfizer, like if you look at a balance sheet or you look at like financial statements for Pfizer, from 2019 to 2020 or 2021, whatever, their free cash flow tripled from like 10 billion to like 33 billion.
Yeah.
And so they made a tremendous amount of money off the pandemic, but it sucks that it can't just be like, hey, isn't this weird? A 300% increase in free cash flow.
Yeah.
And but like a reasonable statement like that.
Yeah.
You go, that's strange. And but immediately people are like, they tell you you're one of those guys.
You're one of them.
And you're like, fuck it. But I mean, everyone's in bed with it. Like politicians,
Yeah.
There's a reason why they go in. They make like, the president makes like $400,000 a year, and they come out millionaire. Millions and millions of dollars. So it's all fun. But I mean, what are you gonna do? Like regular people, we can't do it. My whole thing, we can't do anything about politics if you're not like in politics or whatever, and people get so mad and so wrapped up in it. So like I'm very like apolitical. I'm like, let's just have fun and like enjoy ourselves.
Yeah.
And I have people be like, you're just too dumb to understand politics, and you're like, well, yes, but like, but also like I'm smart enough to know like this is not worth the struggle. Like this is not worth the amount of stress people put on, get stressed out and stuff over it. Well, it's like you have no control over it.
And also, be honest, I politically I lean left, but I'm really getting tired of virtual signaling.
Yeah.
I'm really getting tired of it. I'm really getting tired of white women being offended on behalf of communities that don't give a fuck.
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
like, thinking they need to
well,
be
what
like,
about the Native Americans? And some of the Native Americans I know are like, dude, I don't give a fuck.
Like
you started land so long ago. Yeah.
Bored suburban housewives.
Oh, yeah.
They just like need something to do,
Fucking hate it.
They need to go to Whataburger.
Yeah, they need to go to Whataburger at 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. and get the
Well,
they got a honey butter chicken biscuit.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, they do.
Texas honey butter. I love a honey butter.
Oh, dude, yeah,
That's good.
yeah,
Man, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go to that.
yeah. Not going would be foolish.
Yeah.
No, not going would be stupid.
Dumb.
Dumb. I don't even know. I forgot our own
I don't
catchphrase.
even.
Not going would be dumb, and we
That's-
know it's no fun to be dumb.
But it is cool to
Be
be foolish. Whataburger.